Right. Let's start today's session. This is the third session of Python full stack web development course. Okay. So in the last lecture, we were discuss about complete introduction. Okay. So what kind of subjects I'm going to cover in Python full stack web development, as well as the course duration details I explained clearly in the last two lectures. This is the third demo lecture. Who are new to this session, I strongly recommend to watch my two video lectures which I conducted in the last two lectures. So you need not to worry about it. So people, you may feel like this, how we can watch the two video lectures previously we conducted means our team will send the recorded video link to you. You just click on that link. You can watch my video lecture, which I conducted two sessions. Okay. This is the third session. We will be continued from here onwards. And who are following the two lectures onwards. So you people get clear information about Python full stack web development, what subjects I'm going to cover, and what is Python and what type of language it is in the yesterday session we conducted. We, we clearly deliver the information. Okay. Now in today's lecture, I'm going to show you it's very important session for all who are attending this session. Strictly remember that this is very important session. Why? Because in today lecture, I'm going to show you how to set up complete Python environment. That means the person who are looking for Python coding or Python programming, so where he can able to write the code, where he can able to execute the code. What are the possibilities are there? Okay. So that I want to explain in this session. First of all, so before going to cover how to do the setup of Python, I would like to cover the basic information related to Python. Okay, just that means I can say that history of Python, I can say that history of Python. So who designed and developed Python actually? Okay, so actually Python was designed and developed by Guido van Rossum. He is the man who invented or who created Python completely. Python was designed and developed by Guido van Rossum in the year of 1989. So the first version of Python was released in the year of in the year of 1991. Okay. So who is the author of Python means Guido van Rossum. He is the man who create a Python language. Python was designed and developed by Guido van Rossum in the year of 1989. The first version of Python was released in the year of 1991. Okay. So actually, the author Guido van Rossum, when he works in his project, okay, he was not able to do or he was not able to satisfy their own project requirements. So he started thinking that why don't we create our own programming language to fulfill our own project requirements. So in that process, he started writing script of a new language that is called Python. Okay, for usage of internal projects purpose. Once he started Python scripting language, okay, he thought that what was the programming language name. So in the early of 1990s, there was a TV show. The TV show name called The Monty Python Circus Show. Okay, the Monty Python Circus Show, which was broadcasted in BBC channel. In BBC channel. Okay. So author decided that the programming language name is called what? Python. This is very simple story behind the scenes. Why we are calling the programming language name is called what? Python. So whenever he started writing script of his programming language, there was a popular show which is broadcasted in BBC channel. The show name is called Monty Python Circus Show. So that the author decided that to give a name of his programming language as working title, that is called Python. So that's what we are calling this programming language name is called what? Python only. Okay. But initially, Udo Van Rossum, he started Python language as basic language. That means scripted language. Later, he improved a lot of things like structured oriented language. That means data structure oriented. Later, he improved a lot like functional oriented. That means functional oriented programming language. And after became a Python is functional as well as structural, and also it became a object oriented programming. So he has added more features to his language like object oriented programming feature. Whenever the author added the more features, the programming language like functional oriented, structure oriented, and object oriented, which became a popular language. Initially, it was a basic language like procedure oriented. After that, he added some extra features, functional oriented, structure oriented like data structures, and finally, it's became a object oriented. Few people know very well about object-oriented programming language. So right now, the languages which are rule in the IT industry that are all are object-oriented related only. For example, Java is purely object-oriented programming language. In the context of .NET, C#.NET is purely object-oriented programming language. And Python also provide object-oriented programming features. So it's purely object-oriented programming language. So that's what people are using object-oriented programming language called Python most oftenly when compared to other programming language which are available in the market. So ultimately, I can say that Python is Python is structured oriented. Structured oriented means what? It's completely offered lot of data structures, and it also offered functional oriented. Functional oriented means what? It also offer functional programming language. Reusability concept is there in functional oriented. Reusability means what, once we write the logic in one function, we can able to reuse in other places, like reusability concept. One time we can write, many time we can reuse it. That is functional oriented. As well as Python is became a object oriented. Object oriented means what? It's completely security and reusability and extensibility features are going to be takes place in object oriented. So nowadays, Python is completely structured oriented, functional oriented, as well as object oriented. So Python will offer us multiple language paradigm. So that means we can able to use data structures and functions as well as object-oriented programming principles to fulfill our requirements in the development of web application with the security, reusability, and extensibility process. That's what nowadays Python became a popular language. Okay. So, and coming to the point, I said that the first version of Python was released in the year of 1991. The what is the first version of Python means? I can say that the versions of Python. What versions are there so far? So I am going to explain now the main versions. The first version of Python is 0.9.0. Later, Python Software Foundation people come across the new version that is 1.x, 2.x, and 3.x. Right now we are in third version. You people may get doubt what is X version here. So I just given the X version means there are lot of subversions are existed like 1.0. X means 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. 2.0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. 3.0, 1, 2, 3, and so on like that. So the initial version is 0.9.0. Then later they come up with 1.x version, 2 version, third version. Right now we are in third version of Python. The X is nothing but what? 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. There are some lot of subversions are there. I'll explain in this session only. But if you want to know what is the latest version or current version of Python programming language, so I strongly recommend to visit the official website like www.python.org. This is the official version which I recommend to use to know about the current version or latest version. Let me look at into the official website. Look at this. I'm trying to type in Google search www.python.org. The moment when I try to search python.org, so this is the official website. But in this official website, there will be a download option is there. You can click on that download option. The moment when we click on downloads option, there they are showing that download Python 3.13.0. Okay. And one more thing you can notice that this is the official website of Python. If anybody wants to download Python software and install and execute their programs properly, they must visit this official website only. The official website name is what? Python.org. So I just visited the official website python.org and there the option is showing download Python 3.1, 3.0. But looking that, uh, Python is completely uh, cross-platform. That meaning is platform independent. We can able to run on Windows operating system as well as Linux, Unix, Mac OS, and other operating system also. So whatever the configuration you are using in your laptop, for example, some students are going to work with Linux or Unix or Mac OS operating system into their laptops. They can able to comfortably install the related software like Linux, Unix, Mac OS, and other. But most of the students are using Windows operating system. So that's what I recommend to click on download Python 3.1, 3.0. So look at this, the latest version or recent version is download Python 3.1, 3.0. This is, do you want to download this software currently which available? You can click on this button. So that simply you can able to download 3.1, 3.0 version. Or else Sir, I don't want to work with current version or latest version 3.1, 3.0. I would like to work with the older version like 3.1, 0.0, 3.9, 3.7, 3.8, 3.6, 3.5 like that. So simply scroll down more options further. So you can see this window is showing the more options for you to download 3.13, 3.12, 3.11, 3.10, 3.9, 3.8, 3.7. So you will be have the more options to download here. Okay. But one thing you can observe in this more download options, each and every subversion is available, and version to version, some small changes are going to be takes place from Python Software Foundation programmers. But you notice that I said that the initial version of Python is 0.9.0, okay, later 1.0 and 2.0, 3.0, something like that I have mentioned in this versions of Python. But you can notice that in this official website, there is no 2.0 below version. Did you notice that? We are only observing that 2.0 version above only. Why? Because Python Software Foundation, that means PSF, we can call it as. Right now, currently, Python is completely maintained by PSF Foundation people, Python Software Foundation programmers. Okay, these peoples are stop the supporting for 0.9.0 version as well as one version. They are recommending to use two version and above versions. That's what we can notice that in the official website, you are going to see 2.0.1, but you are not at all going to see the below versions of 2.0.1. Are you able to see? No. Why? Because so right now, currently, complete Python development process is maintained by PSF. That indicates that Python Software Foundation programmers, that programmers have stopped the support for zero version as well as one version. They were not recommending. Okay. But if you are using two and above version, then the PSF community is going to be recommend always to the development team. That's what it's we are not going to able to see the latest version. But by default, when we go to download option, the people official website is showing to download latest version Python 3.1, 3.0. But do you think that this is the stable version? Undoubtedly, no, I can say that. There is a lot of difference between stable version and latest version. Latest version means, see, whenever I start a previous batch, for example, I can tell you one quick example. Last month, for example, I started a new batch of Python. When I started new batch of Python in the last month, I have seen that the download Python 3.12 version only. But right now, we started new batch of Python. Whenever I observe in this python.org website, there is a latest version is available 3.13. So that indicates that in a couple of months, Python Software Foundation programmers, they'll introduce a new version that is called subversion. It's going to be takes place minor versions or major versions are going to be upgraded. It's not a major difference, but programming pattern and fundamental rules and regulations are quite same. Okay, there is no big changes. Okay, don't think so much more changes is going to be affect on Python 3.13 or 1.2 or 1.1. But still, I can say that this is the latest version, but though this is latest version 3.1, 3.0, the standard or stable version is different. The stable version means what? Still, currently, the company people who are looking complete Python development projects related, they are going to use their they are going to use and they are using right now 3.9 or 3.1.10.0. Okay, that was the stable version. I can say that. Currently, who are using Python projects or Python version to implement their application in the real time, they were using 3.9 or 3.10. That was the stable version. But this is the latest version or current version. There is a lot of difference between stable version and current version. The stable version means who are really currently undergoing projects purpose, they are using 3.9 or 3.10. But this is 3.1, 3.0. Students perspective or faculty perspective, they can use this 3.1, 3.0 like this. Okay, fine. It's okay, no problem. So I just click on download Python 3.1, 3.0. So look at this very quick span of time. I got the downloadable file. I have downloaded successfully Python 3.1, 3.0. We want to see where it is downloadable file. Simply you can go to my computer in your computer and simply go to downloads folder and look at this. I got 3.1, 3.0. Is it? Yes. This is the way to get the downloading procedure for Python software for the first time who are using Python in your computer. Fine. Well and good. But before going to show you the installation procedure of Python software, I would like to show you one important thing. People may think that, sir, how do I check whether my computer or laptop is having already Python software or not? So, do you want to really check whether your whether your computer or laptop is having Python existed or not? Simply, I can recommend go to search and type command or CMD. Simply. You can see this CMD. The moment when I type CMD in the search box, so I can have the option called command prompt. I request you to click on the command prompt and look at this. The command prompt window is open here. In this command prompt window, do you want to really check whether your computer is having already Python software or not? You can able to check clearly. Look at this. The command is very simple. Python space hyphen version. Look at this. Python space. Python is a basic command space hyphen version. The moment when I press enter button, so you will come to know that whether your computer or laptop is having Python software already or not. If it is there, what version it's there already installed. Look at this in my computer right now, Python 3.12.6 software installed. But just now we observed, okay, in the Python or website officially, we observed what is the latest version 3.13.0 version. But right now, currently, for my previous project or previous batch of Python full stack web development for couple of months back, I have installed what version? 3.12.6 version. So this command is helpful to get what version is available currently in your computer. Python space hyphen version. You can also check right now from your side. But in case if sir you may get doubt, sir, I don't have any Python software as of now. Even if I try to go to command prompt, if I type Python space hyphen version, what will be the output? So you will be able to see Python was not recognized or Python was not installed. Okay, that's kind of information you'll get. Right now, I have already, because I have conducted many batches for my online students and offline students. So that's what I have installed last time. Python 3.12.6 version. I got this version clearly. In your computer, do you want to check what version it is installed or whether it's installed already Python software or not? We can check the command with Python space hyphen version. I got the information 3.12.6 only. Fine. So Sir, if I don't install this Python 3.12.6 version, what will be the command means you if you don't have any Python software in your computer, you will be able to see Python was not recognized. Okay. But look at this. Right now, before going to show the installation process of Python software, already in my computer, there is a version called Python 3.12.6, which I don't want to use it. So I would like to uninstall. Why I'm doing uninstall, you know, just because who are attending this session, they need to get clarity how to download Python software and install. So that's what I'm doing. What I have already Python software for many my previous batch students I have installed. So let's uninstall the Python existing software in my laptop. To do uninstallation procedure, you know what to do? Just simply go to search and control panel. So look at this. I'm just moving towards control panel and there is a uninstall program option is there. Do you want to uninstall any software or application from your computer? You have to do this same procedure. And look at this. I'm just scrolling down and there I can see my Python version 3.12.6 64-bit operating system. It is developed by Python Software Foundation. So right click on it and simply I can say that uninstall. So I'm doing right now uninstalling the Python software which is available already in my computer or laptop. Why I'm doing this process, so that I can reinstall it. So you people may observe that how to install Python software for the first time which we are using. So that is only the reason which I am trying to uninstall my Python software which is available in my computer or laptop. It's not going to take longer time. So it will take very little bit time only. So no worries. So take place uninstall progress. Let it be complete. After that, I can show you how to install a Python software for the first time which we are using so that you can get clarity how to download and install Python software. So I'm right now doing an installation process. Look at this, the installation is going to be progress. Uninstall successfully done. And even additional supportive file will be there. Python launcher, that also I'm doing an installation. So Python launcher, right click and install. So it will be quickly uninstalled. So that in my computer right now, there is no Python is exists. Do you want to check really whether Python is exists in your laptop or computer? So you can go to command prompt and check it once. Whatever I said right now. Look at this. I just moving to the command prompt back. Just now I have shown in your right now in your laptop or computer. Do you want to check whether really your computer or laptop is having Python software already exist or not? How to check? Simply Python space hyphen version you can check. If I press enter, you can see previously few minutes back I paused the same command Python space hyphen version. I get the version number 3.12.6 because I have worked Python software already. But right now, just in front of you only, I have uninstalled the Python software which is already available in my computer. So in this context, look at this. The moment when I check Python space hyphen version, the command is what it is saying. Python was not found. Run without arguments to install for the Microsoft Store or disable or something it's saying. That means right now in your computer, Python software is not at all there. Okay. So for the first time, it look like same in your computer. How your laptop or computer is looking same. My computer or my laptop is also it's having no. Python software right now available. Okay. So first, who are new to Python programming, I strongly recommend to visit official website python.org. You can go to download option and click on simply download Python 3.1, 3.0. The moment when we click on download 3.1, 3.0, within fraction of seconds, you'll be able to get downloadable file. So after click on download 3.1, 3.0, there we can able to check means simply you can go to downloads folder in your computer. There you can able to find out 3.1, 3.0. Do you want to really install this Python software for the first time in your laptop? Simply double click on it. I'm doing the same like this. The moment when I double click on this Python executable file, I am getting the two options in front of me right now, install now and customize installation. But most of the people are students. Okay, they keep install now directly. This is the wrong process to install Python for the first time. Even if they directly click on install now, Python successfully is going to be installed. But the moment when they write the logic, when they try to execute, they are unable to execute the program and they are unable to get the output just because of they miss completely Python environment variable setup. Okay, so that's what I recommend before going to click on install now. So I strongly recommend to activate these two checkboxes. It's very, very, very important. So use admin privileges when installing py.exe and I add python.exe to path. So these two checkboxes are mandatory to activate. After that, I recommend to click on install now. Few people may get down. Sir, what happens if I don't activate these two checkboxes? If I click on install now by mistake, nothing will happen. You can able to install Python software, but the moment when we write some Python logic, you are going to unable to execute your Python logic. Okay, there manually we need to set environment variables. That process also there. That process later we will discuss. But right now, I strongly recommend for the first time if you are installing Python software, install now option before going to click on it. You must activate these two checkboxes. Strictly remember this is very, 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 very important. Even in the Django development or REST API development, compulsory environment variable and path setting is important. That's what I recommend to activate these two checkboxes. After activating these two checkboxes only, I just recommend to click on install now. I'm trying to install now. The moment when we click on install now, it's showing, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. Look at this. The setup is going to progress. Installation is going to take place here. This is very simple and basic setup of installation of installation process Python language. Within the few seconds, you can able to set up your Python is completely. You can see this right now. We are working with Python 3.13. Just now we have shown that the moment when I type Python space hyphen version, I get the version number 3.12.6. But the moment when we click on this new version, the 3.1, 3.0 is going to be installed. Whatever recommended libraries are there and supportive files are there, all going to be installed and set up for successfully done. Close this and close this all. Now you just, do you want to check out? Okay, do you want to check out? No, I'm not going to use PowerShell. I'm going to use command prompt. It's work also PowerShell, no problem at all. It's going to be work with PowerShell also, no problem. So if you're using PS window, then PowerShell window that is. If you're using C, that is command prompt window. Both work will no problem at all. But generally we are using Windows operating system. So that's I recommended to work with command prompt is command prompt C drive only. If you are using PowerShell means PS, PowerShell window will be open. Okay. So generally PowerShell and command prompt window is going to be differences in the process of working with the web development of Django. You will come to know that what is the difference between PowerShell and command prompt. But as of now, if you are working with PowerShell or command prompt, no matter, there is no much more differences. As it is, you can use command prompt only. Now coming to the point, I just know I have successfully installed my Python software. So do you want to check what version is available right now? Look at this command prompt. Let's go back to command prompt. So just now you have seen the moment when we type Python space hyphen hyphen version. Okay, I got the version 3.12.6. But now you can see the moment when I hit enter button 3.13.0 I got. Why? Because just now I successfully uninstalled 3.12.6 version. Just now I have downloaded a new version. I have reinstalled in my laptop 3.13.0 version. Do you want to check whether your computer or laptop is having Python or not? So just go to command prompt, simply type Python space hyphen hyphen version. You will see the what version you have already available. Okay, fine. This is very simple way to process to check. But now coming to the point. So after uh, installation of Python, okay, by looking this python.org, Python Software Foundation. Look at this. I want to tell you, I just forgot to tell you one thing. Whenever the moment I go to python.org, there is a PSF is there, Python Software Foundation. This foundation people only providing all the features and new updations. Okay, Python versions completely coming from Python Software Foundation. So official author of Python is Guido van Rossum. Python was designed and developed by Guido van Rossum in the year of 1989. The first version of Python was released in the year of 1991, though it is. But right now, completely Python is maintained by what? Python Software Foundation community. This is the group of people. They are going to monitor and they are going to develop behind the scenes. They are going to release the upcoming versions clearly. So right now is completely Python is maintained by Python Software Foundation only. So that's the reason we are in third version of Python. So current latest version is 3.13 point what? Just you can see it. Let's go to command prompt. Do you want to know that? What is the latest version of Python? Simply Python space hyphen V also you can type. Look at this. Sorry, it's my mistake. Yeah, let's we enter into the command prompt. So I'm trying to type Python space hyphen hyphen version. So you will be able to see the version of Python 3.1. So right now we are in Python 3.13.0. This is the latest version. But I can say that this is not a stable version. Why? Because stable version is 3.9 or 3.10. Still currently people who are using Python software version in real-time development. But look at this. The moment when we download and install Python software, okay. So what are the options we have in front of us to write Python program and execute? I can say that the moment when we download Python software and install, the default editor will come. That is called IDLE. The IDLE stands for integrated development, integrated development, development learning environment. Okay, integrated development learning environment. This is the ideally software like this. Integrated development learning environment. This is the default editor, okay, which will come automatically for the first time when we are going to install Python software. This is ideally. But there are so many options to write Python program and execute. So I'm showing you that different ways, different ways to write, different ways to write Python code and execute. Different ways to write Python code and execute. I'm showing. What are the different ways to write Python code and execute? Okay. Option one, using interactive mode. Using interactive mode is one option. Option number two is using script mode. Script mode is another option. And option number three, using Python ideally. This is the default editor tool, integrated development learning environment. Option number four, which I'm going to use continuously in our development process, including Django, REST API, Flask development, and every web development process. I'm going to use the editor called using PyCharm editor. This is our editor tool, which I'm going to use continuously in our development process. So right now there are four options in front of us: using interactive mode, using script mode, using Python ideally, as well as using PyCharm editor, I can say that. And some programmers who are really looking at for data science or data analysis programming or other sources, they use other editors like Jupyter, Spider, Anaconda, and other editor tools they can use. But for pure Python development process, I strongly recommend to use either interactive mode or script mode or Python ideally or PyCharm editor. But I can say that out of these four options which I'm showing right now, but throughout all my sessions, including Python Core and Advanced, Django web development, REST API web development, and Flask web development purpose, I'm going to use PyCharm, or I can say some certain cases VS Code, Visual Studio Code. But I can say that in the initial time, so that you people, so you are in the beginning of the Python programming, you must know aware of it, how to work with Python code with interactive mode and script mode and Python ideally through. After knowing this information, what are the drawbacks of one, two, three options? What are the advantages of using PyCharm editor? You must know that. That's what I'm explaining now, how to write code in interactive mode. Option one I'm showing right now, you can observe here. So I successfully installed Python software. Okay. So first option, I'm going to show you what is the possibility to write code in interactive mode. What is the use of interactive mode? Very simple, sir. Interactive mode in the sense, for the first time after successfully installed Python software, so just go to search, type ideally. The moment when we type ideally in the search box, we are able to see this ideally environment. IDLE means integrated development, learning, and environment. The moment when I click on this window, you will be able to see this one window by default. So this window is nothing but interactive window, I can say that. Okay, this is interactive window. Look at this in this interactive window, Python 3.1, 3.0 version. Type help is there to get the help of this total Python. Copyright information, do you want? You can see this copyright information. Or license information you want, you can type license. So let me type copyright. Do you want to get the copyright information? Simply copyright information from Python Software Foundation. We are getting all right reserved. And do you want to get the license information? You can also get license information like this. License is a method. So when we click on this license, the history of Python software is coming. Python was created in the early of 1990s by Guido van Rossum. It's having a lot of information behind the scenes. Okay. Which method is recommended in real time in the sense I can say that the method is PyCharm editor or VS Code Visual Studio Code. Okay. This is the proper editor, which is especially for Python programmers. Let me complete this all explanation. What are the drawbacks we are going to see in these three options, and what are the advantage we are going to see in PyCharm editor? I'll explain you clearly. Wait for the information. Okay. Yes. So first of all, I'm trying to show you Python IDLE, that is interactive mode. Interactive mode in the sense what? The moment when we go to search option and IDLE, the IDLE is going to open. This is interactive. Interactive is nothing but as a user, I'm trying to interact with this window. Welcome. Press enter. My interaction is over. Welcome is output is displayed. As a Python programmer, I'm trying to interact with this window by typing a equal to 10, b equal to 20, and c equal to a plus b. And you can see C I'm trying to press. We are getting output clear. This is interactive window. So in this case, what will happen? You are trying to interact this window while typing your code and pressing enter key on. You are going to see your output clearly, the programming output. But especially in this interactive mode, what's going to happen? You need not to complete your code and save it this total program anyway. You just go with the flow. Or do you want to check really for testing purpose? Somebody wants to test their Python logic, how it works. For them, I recommend this interactive window. But it's not required to complete your program and really wanted to save into separate file. You just go with the flow and type whatever you want and press enter. So you can keep on continuing with this code. This is interactive window. Okay. Yes. But apart from this interactive window or interactive mode, you can go with script mode. What does it mean? Script mode in the sense you should ready with your script means already you should ready with your Python program logic, how much you want. And in this script mode, your script file should be saved with a .py extension compulsory. Why? Because .py is nothing but Python file extension. So if you save your file with a .py and anytime you can open that file and execute, that option is there called script mode. So if you want to write your complete Python script, you can write anywhere like Notepad or Notepad++ or Edit plus any other editor. And after completion of writing your logic, you must save with a .py extension, that is script file. Once you are ready with your script file, you can run this script file either in command prompt or in Python IDLE back again. So I'm showing right now next option, that is second option, how to write your script file with a .py extension. Listen carefully. I'm just moving towards my Notepad extension because Notepad is also one of the plain text editor. Okay. In this, what I'm trying to write, print. So I'm writing here, welcome to DURGASOFT Python full stack web development course. I'm just writing this my script. Okay. Yes. Welcome to DURGASOFT Python full stack web development course. Do you really, we can say is this Python code? No, I can say right now it's not Python code. When it will become Python code, I can say that you must save this file with what? Look at this. I'm saving, and in the desktop, according to my cabinet I'm choosing, you must save this file with what? .py extension. You can take any name, either test.py or sample.py or any name you can take, no problem. .py is mandatory. Whenever the moment you are going to save this file with the .py extension, so it will become a Python file. Look at this. I'm saving this file and closing this file. Notice this in the desktop. I'm showing test.py file. But do you observe? Did you observe why this icon of Python file depicted with the logo called PyCharm PC? That means right now in my computer or laptop, I have already installed PyCharm Community Editor. That's what it's showing. The logo is depicted PyCharm. But in your case, for the first time when you who are doing Python installation and Python file saving, you will be able to get the logo of Python right now. But don't worry about this logo which I'm getting right now, PC. But in your case, if you do like the same processor, you'll be able to see this Python logo only instead of PyCharm. Because of just I have already in my computer PyCharm editor, that's what I got the logo called PC only. PC means PyCharm. It's not matter of the logo what it is depicted. So just focus on it. Okay. Yes. So I have already uh, written the code Python logic. I have saved my file with script mode with a .py. But how to execute this script mode file? There are two options are there. Do you want to execute this script mode? You can go to either command prompt. Look at this. Either command prompt, or we can go to ideally software. If you want to execute this .py file, either you can go to command prompt or ideally. Let's show you the execution of this file which is available in my desktop. I'm going to show you how to run this file into command prompt. Simply, I'm just moving to command prompt, but my real command prompt is available in OneDrive location. So that's what I'm trying to move to OneDrive location. OneDrive in the sense, my computer drive. CD means change it directory. So I just moved into OneDrive. In this OneDrive, I have a desktop location. So CD space, desktop I'm using. So I successfully moved towards the desktop location. In this desktop location only, I have what file? Python file. To execute Python file, Python space. What is your file name? Test.py. Simply you can see this. I'm trying to execute my Python file. Python space test.py. We got welcome to DurgaSoft Python full stack web development course, which I have written my program. Or else, instead of writing Python space test.py, you can also type py space test.py. There is a shortcut for Python. So same output we are getting like this. Welcome to DurgaSoft Python full stack development course. So ultimately what I have shown just now, write your code in script mode. Script mode in the sense either you can write your Python logic in Notepad editor or Edit Plus or Notepad Plus Plus, any normal plain text editor. Don't forget to save the file name with a .py extension. After that, do you want to really execute that Python file? Either you can go to command prompt and move to the location exactly where your file is there. I have moved to the location CD space OneDrive, CD space one desktop. So because my file saved in desktop, after that I have used Python space test.py or py.test.py. If you want to really execute this program with command prompt, this is the procedure. Or else you can go to ideally also. No need to go to always command prompt. Once you write Python logic in Notepad, you can execute later in ideally format. Because for the first time when we download install Python software, what is the default editor? Ideally. So this is ideally. But the moment when I open ideally software, what is going to happen? This is interactive mode. I don't want to continue with my interactive mode because already I have my file which I have written in Notepad and save in desktop. So let's open the file. Look at this file menu of Ideally Editor. Open file option you have to select. And where is your file? Desktop. And what is your file? Test.py. Open it and it's going to open. Do you want to run this file? Simply click on Run menu and run module. Why? Because in Python language, every .py file is act as module, or else you can hit from your keyboard F5 shortcut key. You can say run module. Welcome to DURGASOFT Python full stack web development course is coming here. So writing the code in Notepad editor and executing procedure is like this. This is called script mode or interactive mode. Okay. In the tomorrow session, I will show you how to work with completely ideally software and how to launch PyCharm editor. We will be discussing clear that information through. Okay. I hope you understand in today lecture, which I explained the basic history of Python, versions of Python, how to download and set up Python software. And in tomorrow lecture, we will be continuing from here onwards. In this lecture, if you have any question, you can feel free to ask me now. Okay. And one more last statement which I would like to pass you. If you are new to this session, okay, because we have already conducted the two sessions, the basic demo sessions. Okay, day before yesterday, I have started this batch. I have explained completely theoretical scenario. And if you are new to this session, don't worry about this. The first day itself, what I explained, Python full stack web development, what subjects I'm going to cover, and each subject purpose I explain, and what is framework I explain, and Python programming language, what type of language it is. Okay, I explain clearly. And don't worry, in tomorrow session, our background team will send the demo links of two sessions. Links also they'll provide. I strongly recommend you to watch the two lectures of videos in YouTube channel also. Okay. So before going to continue the sessions, if you are following my first day itself, nothing to worry. And even once after taking next one more demo or two more demos, okay, once your enrollment process is over, I'll collect your mail IDs from DurgaSoft so that I can start sharing the all video lectures which I conducted so far and material of PDF, Python PDF and 400 advanced PDF material I'll share to your Google Drive, no doubt in that. Okay, just now we conducted two sessions. This is the third session we completed. The fourth session is going to be takes place in tomorrow. Don't miss that. It's very important session. I can say that how to handle with Python programming with purely ideally and how to launch PyCharm editor and how to work with PyCharm editor. What is the difference between working with these three options and PyCharm editor? I'll clearly explain in tomorrow's session so that you can get clarity. So apart from it, do you have any question? You can feel free to ask me now. I'll be here for 5 more minutes.
Yes, hello sir. I just had a query that should we install 3.9.0 or just a 3.13.0?
Obviously. Which version do you want? You can try to install, no problem at all. It works well. Only the thing is you have to go to python.org and do you want to
Yeah,
install what version do you want? You can search it and click on download that version and install it. It works.
as you said that stable version is 3.9.12, right?
A stable version is that is only.
Okay, got it.
Any version do you want, you can search it. What really you want, you can able to do it. But there is no much more bigger difference between stable version and latest version. That is minor version, minor changes will be there.
Okay, okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes. If you have any question, feel free to ask me now again. Once again, I'm telling you who are new to this session, you feel that this is your first session, I strongly recommend to watch my two video sessions in YouTube channel. Even our team will send the link of those videos so that which I explain in the first demo session, you will get clarity so that you can continue that. If you are following from last two sessions, nothing to worry. So you have full clarity on my sessions. Still, you have time to enroll for this course. Tomorrow also you can take as demo session. After that, you can decide do you wish to continue with my sessions or not. Take the decision and feel free to take the decision. No force it is. But I can say that in my demo lecture, I have already said that once you enroll for this course, you will never disappointed for this course. That uh, assurance I can able to give you. Yeah, obviously, Mr. Mukesh. So I said this explanation in the demo session first day itself. People who are looking for core and advanced Python, you can happily enroll for that core and advanced Python. No need to force to take rest of the courses like Django, REST API, Flask, and MySQL and all full stack development. No doubt at all. Because I said in the first day itself, if your requirement is after learning of Python to move on data science or AI or ML or DevOps or AWS or testing or machine learning or deep learning or data analytics or static analytics, you can go for Python core and advanced. But if your requirement is completely to become a full stack developer, go for complete Python full stack development course. That is up to you. I just recommend to you to watch my first day video. Yeah. The sessions are going to be takes place Monday to Saturday, not Friday. The core and advanced is compulsory required for any other courses, even it is cloud or AWS or DevOps or and all. Yes. The sessions are going to be take place on Monday to Saturday. Only Sunday is the holiday. Every day session is going to be recorded. That recorded session video will be uploaded to your Google Drive along with soft copy of material, along with interview questions, along with practice, examination, tests. Difference is nothing but small, not major difference, minor versions. So you see, suppose if you are using currently Android version 11, the mobile phones will be updated under version 12. What's going to be populated new versions? Mostly operating system, color OS, or updation features. That kind of scenarios we can able to observe in same Python itself. What's new in Python new version also we are going to explain that clearly. See that for a long time, Python software foundation people are releasing only minor versions, not major version. See, from last 3-4 years, where I observe, three version only we are in use, but they don't announce four version. If it is four version, that was a major version, I can say that. So when I teach Python 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12, 13 we are in. These are the sub versions, I can say that. If major changes are occurred, that would be four version. Okay. Yes. So see you tomorrow. Don't miss the tomorrow. I'm not from developer background, but Linux it means helpful for my obviously no doubt at all. It's going to be useful for you every one, no problem at all. Undoubtedly, you feel very quite comfort in learning of Python. Okay, trust me that. Python hyphen version. Yes. Yeah. Python recognized why? Because you have not installed Python software in your computer or laptop. Not Mr. Venkatesh. I said that only. Do you want to check clearly in your computer Python already exists or not? Go to command prompt and check the version like Python space hyphen version. If you are getting error means you have not installed Python software. Try to install the Python software. After that, go to command prompt, check the version. You will come to know what version you have already. Hmm. That is what I explain in this. Yeah, it's no matter. It is Mr. Mukesh. Uh, if you want, you can take personal laptop or any other laptop for practice sessions. Practice is must know. Okay. Okay. Fine. So thanks for attending this session, and I hope so. We'll be continuing in tomorrow's session. And tomorrow, don't miss. That is important session is going to be takes place. How to launch PyCharm editor, which is the best editor in Python programming part. I will include that. Have a nice time. See you in tomorrow's session. Use the same link again for demo lecture.